Hey, parents, I thought we had a great Trace film session today, and I thought you guys might find it interesting what we talked about. So I'm just adding my voice with the things that I talked about with the girls about these clips. It's kind of fun because you see what we talk about in practice and work on and discuss and how it's implemented in the games. So let's go. So this is just a still shot image, and I actually didn't get to go through this with the girls for a couple of odd reasons. But anyway, um, what I would be saying to them, and what I might say to them in St. Louis this weekend, is pointing out this giant gap that exists between our midfield line and our defender line. On the far side, you can't really tell now, but their player has the ball and is going to end up crossing the ball into the box. And it's a really dangerous moment specifically for us because we have their forward marked well, but their midfielder has got some clear space to attack into the box. And if they played the right ball back kind of away from our defenders in between this middle space, we'd get beat. This next still image that's going to pop up here in just a moment will is maybe, I don't know, 2 seconds further along, and you'll actually see that their players advanced farther into the box, whereas our midfielders had continued to not advance into the box, and there's a ton of space there for them to cut it back to them. The gaps between our midfield and defenders, that gap that can sometimes form is very dangerous and something that we talk about often, trying to clean up. You can watch for it during games and see if a gap develops, and if you do see it, hopefully we fix it soon. This is a great clip because you see Kristen play the ball out wide to Liv, who's got some space as the right back, and Ainsley doing a good job of coming back into an onside position. We talk often about before passing to a teammate, looking at them and seeing what their body language looks like, and are they ready for the ball that you're about to play. And in this moment, Ainsley wasn't ready for the ball that Liv played. Liv played her into space. Ainsley was showing and checking to feet. I'll play the clip again here in just a moment so you can see it again, knowing what we specifically talked about. But look at their body language. Are they ready to receive the ball that you're going to play? If not, play them the ball that they're ready to receive or hold on to it and give them some information. In this next clip that's going to come up right after this one, it was really exciting. We lingered on this one for probably 10 minutes. It's great because we talk a lot in practice about playing quickly, quick speed of play, meaning you make your decision before you receive the ball as to whether you're going to shoot, pass, or dribble. And specifically in our training sessions, we do that a ton. In this moment, you'll see Liv open up quickly into space that Chelsea plays her the ball first time, and then Liv taking a positive first touch because she knows she has space, and then on the second touch play a great ball into Leslie, and Leslie on a first touch playing Liv back in off of a wall pass. We absolutely cooked their defense through this moment, and it was really fun to see. But as we paused it here, we spent enough time to really walk through all the different options Liv had. The girl seemed to think at first it was best that she cross it. And that didn't surprise me because we cross the ball oftentimes into the box where nobody's there or where numbers down in the box. And that would have been the case here. Whoever our right forward is, I can't tell, and Emerson, who's playing in the center, neither of them have the advantageous position with the defenders. And so if Liv were to cross it in this moment, the defenders would snuff it out most of the time. And so we talked about two different options that Liv had. One would be to dribble the ball directly at their outside defender, cutting off the trailing midfielder that's coming in behind her, and forcing that defender to commit to Liv and then playing Leslie in behind, or playing an early ball in behind to Leslie behind their right back quickly. But it was really fun to listen to the girls talk about all the different options and pros and cons of each. The girls are not going to make the right decision most of the time. They shouldn't. If they did, they'd be pro already. And so, going through that process and thought process and looking at pros and cons on video is kind of fun because in the game you have hardly any time to make that decision. So it was definitely a fun one to chat through. In the end, you'll see Liv crosses the ball into the box, and the other team snuffs it out pretty quickly because they were numbers up there, and it would have been a tough ball for Liv to pull off. We did the same thing with this one. You'll see in the previous clip that kind of showed this, Marin did a good job of putting some pressure on the defender, causing her to play a poor ball into Chelsea, who caught the ball in the middle. And we played the scenarios. Where should and what should Chelsea do? And everybody seemed to think a quick ball in behind to Ainsley would be the best option, or maybe a not quite as good option would be to make the defender commit to Chelsea and then playing it behind. Ultimately, that's what happened. The defender committed to Chelsea, and she just played it in a direction that was probably the wrong one, off to the right, in part because their right defender cut down the angle in the passing lane that she could have played the ball into Chelsea. And so we talked again about making early decisions and playing quickly. You can see in this clip, Chelsea made her mind up what she was going to do with the ball after she got the ball, which is kind of the antithesis to what we talk about often. So it was fun to kind of watch the girls work through this one too. This one's kind of fun because it's kind of what makes us special as Legends players using individual skill to beat defenders. It's kind of grainy and pretty far away, but somebody won the ball, turned and beat a defender, then did a nice fake shot roll to beat the next defender before playing it to a teammate. I'm going to guess it's probably Leslie, who beat the next defender with a good pass into who's Ainsley, who does a fake shot. Puskas beats the defender, but we kind of froze it. We froze it in this moment because, as you can see, Ainsley made the decision to shoot. And we have a habit, it seems like right now, which is causing us to, even when we're the better team, not score very many goals, of shooting or crossing too early rather than continuing to play and look for a better opportunity. And this was a classic example of us beating players off the dribble to create opportunities, but then shooting too soon rather than continuing to play out the play and seeing what happens. This was such an awesome opportunity for Nicole, who took a first time shot because she had a plan to shoot and banged it off the post. And I thought it was worth showing to the girls because it was such a great play. Another one that I wanted to celebrate, Lydia did a great job breaking on the ball and attacking and going forward. And if you look, there's three people of ours in the middle when Lydia crosses it in, so it's a great cross. It didn't end up in a goal, but it was fantastic. And I pointed it out to the girls, like sometimes it's the right time to cross the ball in. Have a look first, and if we've got numbers in there and we're in a good position, do so. And this was a moment where we did. I hope you found this to be somewhat interesting. Never done anything like this before. I'll probably do it again at some point. I don't know how often I'll be able to do it. But yeah, you can see kind of some of the stuff that I talked to the girls about and what we've talked about in training and use some of our training to work on. Our training is built around not big tactical concepts, but smaller tactical concepts such as speed of play, decision making, covering, and providing pressure at the right time. And so, anyways, that's a bit of that. So, see everybody in St. Louis. Looking forward to the weekend.